section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. You already know what time it is. It's me. I got the brother Freddie Pendleton on the line. What's good, Freddie?
What's good? Chilling, man. Chill.
And look who's in the strong house. Peter Manfredo Jr. Salute, brother. How are you?
What's up, my brother? Good, man. Chilling.
Excellent, excellent. The sensei will be back, y'all. The sensei will be back. He'll be back. Who we got in the building? My brother, Oak Park Boxing, Southern T Sports. What up, bro? TWT in the building. No Smoke, Yave. What up? There he is. Salute, sensei.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What's good? Anwar Willis, Jamal Davis, Rod Neal. There's my guy, MP. I ain't got my soundboard connected right now. MP, what the fuck? What's good? Ray Finest, what up? Oh, Acondo. What up? Jafar Cesar, Ryan Wright, Jeff Spark, Terrence Bailey Sr. Salute y'all. Smash the like button as you come on in. So we got two professionals in the strong house. We got Freddie Pendleton, we got Peter Manfredo. Freddie's a regular here, so y'all already know. Dwayne Jones, salute. So Peter, for those of the people that's been living on the moon, let them know who you are.
My name is Peter Manfredo Jr. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. I was on the Contender Show in 2005. I won a world title in 2010, IBO. My record is 42 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. I've been a professional since the year 2000. And I was actually going to fight last year in Italy, but I got some nerve damage going on my right side or something. I don't know what's going on. So I think I'm done for good. I'm trying to get it figured out.
Well, that don't mean you're removed from the sport. You could just participate in other aspects of it, correct?
Yeah, of course. But I'm a working man. I'm a family guy. I want to be home for my wife and kids. I got 3 kids. I got a beautiful wife I met in high school and fell in love with. Married. So, I go to work. I work construction. I go to Boston every day to work. And I work construction, and I come home and, take care of the family.
That's what's up, man.
That's a real man. We got to take care of the family. That's why I box. I boxed for her. I fell in love, and I wanted to get us ahead in life and try to buy us a house and all that, and I did that. And, I still got a couple of marbles left that I can, keep in and go to work every day. But there's not many happy endings in this sport. It's like you were talking about. There's no pension, there's no health care, there's no nothing. So what do? We have to work. We have to figure out a different life once we get out of this sport, and it's tough.
Yeah, and like we was talking about earlier, man, that's why I do this show in particular. I want to bring light to the reality because, we see the guys in the limelight. We talk about them every day, the $1 million fighters and stuff like that. And, to them, they're arguing over millions. But these guys are making money on their worst night that average guys like us won't see, in our lifetime. It's like hitting the lottery.
There's only one of the percentage that make that type of money, you know what I mean? And then even the people that make that money, they piss through it because whatever you make, you spend. You live off your means, you live out of your means. If you're making millions, you're living in a big house, you're living with big cars and women around you, you're spending the money. It's just like anything else. And then what happens at the end of the day? Like I said, there's no pension, there's no retirement, there's no health care. Eventually, you run out of it. Then what? And you got to fight again. But you can't fight your whole life, you know what I mean? So something needs to be figured out.
Yeah, it does. And like the audience knows, I was also telling you behind the scenes, we had Angel Manfredi on here. That broke my heart to see him like that.
Of course, he's one of the greats, you know what I mean? And you see him like that now, it's like, you don't want to see anybody like that.
Yeah.
Especially somebody and how are you going to take care of himself for the rest of his life now? Nobody cares. That's why one of my favorite movies is The Bronx Tale. Nobody cares. It's the truth. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, man. We spoke about we had Reggie Johnson on here a few times, and I think California has a pension for boxers, and he wasn't clear on how it worked. And when he contacted who he needed to contact, they told him he was Stormy. Do you remember how many rounds they said he was short of a pension?
What?
He was short like 16 rounds or something crazy like that. That's like a fight.
That is crazy.
That's like a fight and a half. But
I think they said 2 or 3. It was really
it was something short. It was something crazy.
It was short.
It was short. It was very short. But here's the problem: Reggie's like 55 years old, man. What the fuck? He's gonna come out of retirement to fight like 2 4-rounders and get himself killed. What the hell?
Right? Is it worth it then?
It's a pension, and I don't even know what the hell the pension is.
It's probably,
You know what I mean?
it's probably not enough to live off.
No,
I mean, that when I got my pension after I started retired for a minute, and then they gave me my pension. It was a few dollars. It was, about I think it was 30 grand. So I mean, no lump sum of money that's going to take care of you for the rest of your life, but it was a few dollars here and there. And for me, I just used it to pay my ex-wife off and told her to get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. Now what's going on? What? You gotta get a job, right? And you gotta make a living. So,
Yeah, look what my brother Dwayne Jones says. He says in the 90s, Evander Holyfield told him, he told me his living expenses was $500K a month. That's insanity and just not sustainable. Yeah. $500K a month?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Well, you live in your means. You know what I mean? He's making that type of money, so now he's buying extravagant things, and the money's not always coming in. But those bills are always going to be there. You know what I mean? So now you got to keep that up. And it's almost impossible.
Oh, my gosh. I can't fathom that. I can't fathom that. I mean, at this age right now, let's say I hit that 1.9 billion, whatever it was. I was just sitting there thinking, if I ever hit that, I'd still be living like an average guy, because I just can't. I just can't see myself living any other way. Don't get it wrong, I'd be somewhere else.
Oh, you'd enjoy it a little bit, but
yeah,
you would be smart enough to invest most of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would totally do that. That I don't need to hit no lotto when I was in my 20s. I would just shit it away. But
that's what happens. When the people make their money in boxing, mostly when they're in their 20s. By the time they hit their 30s, they're almost home for the whole.
Yeah.
And boxing is a young man's sport. You know what I mean? So they're making all that money young. They got nobody around them but sharks. Everybody's around them that wants to make money. Well, they're taking their money off them, so they don't know.
Yeah. What have you ever had any experiences with like bad managers and people trying to get your money? And have you ever had anything like that, Pete?
Yeah.
All of us have.
I didn't have a good manager until I met Mike Criscio, my last manager. He was my favorite. I had my own father was just put me into boxing to make money off me. That guy won't buy me a cup of coffee on my birthday. You know what I mean? He's just a cheap guy. But yeah, I was when I was born to be a fighter. Like he put me in. He always wanted me to be a fighter. He tried to fight, but he couldn't. I put him in my back pocket. You know what I mean? But that's basically why I was a fighter. But then when I was in high school and I met my wife, and I said, I want to marry this girl. I want to buy her things, extravagant things. I want to buy a house, have a family one day. So I need to do something and get some money. So I decided to turn professional. And I graduated in '99. I turned professional in 2000. And I just wanted enough money to take care of my wife. Maybe buy a house, buy her a car. I don't know. Just try to do something, try to impress her a little bit. And then my career ended up blowing up. I kept winning, and I was winning titles and trying to beat guys. I was getting invited to Fernando Vargas' camp and Shane Mosley camps and being their sparring partners to help them out to their big fights. So,
wow.
I started doing things in the game, and I said, shit, might as well stay in it. And I did. And then I didn't have a job either, so that was my job. So whatever you make, you spend. And then what happens when it's all gone? you fight again. So it's a tough business. It's tough way to make a living.
You need to write a book. Write your life story, bro.
Yeah,
put it out there.
I can't. I'm a
Let
literate.
these people know.
I can't all right. I'm only kidding.
Yeah, I mean, how what was the was there anything like when you first got that big bag, like when you got that big bag of money and you're like, whoa, this is the most money I've ever seen. What did you learn once you received it? When you looked at your bank account, it says, oh my gosh, it's a strong 6 figures. You say, whoa, what am I going to do now? Did you have any guidance yet? Did you have anybody giving you proper financial advice?
No, I didn't have anybody giving me financial advice. And that was the problem. Like my father, he just wanted his cut. He wanted his 10%. My manager wanted his 10%. You know, when they get it off the top, that's before you pay the taxes. You know what I mean? So they just, because they pay their own taxes. Everybody wants their money in time. And then you got a little money. You want to buy something nice for yourself because you worked hard for 8 weeks to 12 weeks for getting ready for the fight. So you want to buy yourself something nice, or take care of yourself for a little bit. So you end up doing that, and then you don't know when your next fight's going to be, where it is, or how much it's going to be. Or you're only as good as your last fight in this boxing game.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you don't win, like I lost the contender finale. So the next fight, only because I was in the contender contract, I had a good paying for the next couple fights. But if I lost, they would have let me go. And then I would have been, I don't know what I would have did. You know, but then I won. I kept winning. I moved up to 160. I beat Scott Pemberton in 3 rounds. I beat Joe Spina in 3 rounds. Then I got the Joe Calzaghe.
I remember that.
Then I got the Joe Calzaghe fight, you know. So I was excited about that. You know, I said, if I get to go overseas to fight Joe Calzaghe for the world championship, a guy like me, sure, no problem.
Did you think it was kind of weird? Well, I mean, I know you said you was the B-side, but did you feel comfortable going over to the UK to fight him?
I did, because I was so confident at the time. I was with Freddie Roach, because I left my father. My father doesn't know what he's doing, in my eyes. When I left my father, I was so much better off. But he knows how to bullshit and talk. So he made me feel bad for him. He talked me back in. He's a con man. So I felt bad. I took him back. And then I ended up losing Freddie, because everybody seen, like, on TV that I was like a different fighter when I was with Freddie. So everybody started calling him. I think, who the hell called him at the time? I was fighting Joe Calzaghe, and he went there to go train. I think it was Oscar De La Hoya. He called him, and he wanted him to train him for a fight. I don't even know if it could have been Floyd Mayweather fight. I'm not sure. It might have been that fight. So I lost him. I lost him for the biggest fight of my life. I had to go back to my father. And then I went over to the fight. Obviously, you've seen the fight. It wasn't a fair fight, but I lost the fight. And I ended up going back to Freddie for a while after that, because I was a little salty too. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I go there, he might not even train me. You know? And so as I started going back with my father, my career started going back to where it was before I left my father and went with Freddie. He's not an A-level trainer. Freddie is. So that's the difference. We're all products of our environment.
Yeah.
So I had to learn the hard way, but it is what it is. That was my dad. I felt bad. He knows how to talk and bullshit, so I felt bad, and I kept him in my corner. And as you see, my career started going back to where it was before I left him and went with Freddie. But I got no regrets. I got no shame. I did the best I could. I took care of my whole family. I took care of everybody with my career. And I got a great record. I got 42 wins out of 50 fights, you know? So
Yeah.
I do well. I won a world title. I won a bunch of NABF titles. Yeah. My wife is yelling in the back, don't forget your knockouts. I said, only one that have knocked me out is you, baby. Don't worry. I've never been knocked out, which is a good thing. I've been stunned. I've been hurt. I've been rocked. Rocky Obika probably hit me the worst of all, but that was when my father was training me. Again, my father was training me. He doesn't know what he's doing. He gets everybody killed and beat. And that was one of the big fights I lost that, you know, I think I could have did a lot better.
Now, Sakio had an engine that I've never seen before.
Oh, no, he was don't get me wrong. He was a beast. He was a beast. He's the hardest I ever been hit by him. I mean, he gave Joe Calzaghe all he can handle too, as well.
Yeah, he sure could.
You know, but I've been in there with I only lost to the best of the best. You know, so I got a lot to look.
Well, I'm glad you was able to get in there, and you can say you've seen some good. You didn't have like anyone giving you financial advice, but you've seen some really substantial paydays. I take it though.
I've seen some good ones. I mean, I never made millions of dollars, but I've made I think I'd be like 1.7 or 1.8 in my career.
Right, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Cut it in half, but then that's the thing. You got to cut that in half because after all your payouts, and then you divide it by the years you were a pro. Like I'm in the union now. I make probably $100,000 a year now, but that's with healthcare, a pension, an annuity, and the work is nothing. I get to eat. Yeah, all right, break time, guys, at 9. Break time at 12. All right, I'm out the door at 3 o'clock. I'm going home. I'm like, are you kidding me? I get to eat at break time. Boxing, I was always starving myself to make weight and like always miserable because that's the only vice I have. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I just like to eat. I'm Italian. I'm an Italian boy. I like to eat. You want to take that away from me? I mean, that was my toughest part, being a fighter. But yeah, there's not many happy endings in the game. You know, I mean, it's like we were getting at. There's no healthcare. There's no pension. What do you got at the end of the road? You're only as good as your last fight, unless you're making millions and millions of dollars, which even those guys go through that. What do you got? You got to get yourself something after. You got to get yourself a career after.
Well, what I'm happy to see is you do have your health.
Yes.
You look well. You don't have any like slurred speech, anything like. You have a 9 to 5. You're unionized, and you seem at peace, and that's important.
That's it, cuz
you seem at peace, man. Because a lot of people, they're just
not. I got lucky. I got the. Yeah,
I'm one of them.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I'll ever be completely at peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm always, you know me, because I'm a guy that's always high strung. I'm out there, you know, and I like screaming at people. So,
well, life is
you know
short.
Me, I get in trouble all the time.
You got to find it within yourself in a peace. You know what I mean? Because life is too short. Everybody has something in their life. It's all a test from God. You know, you got to find what's good for you to get yourself peaceful. Because we're only here for a certain amount of time. We're all going to get there one day. Well, you're going to have to answer. So we got to live our best life down here. And when we do get there, we can go to the right place.
I agree, Pete. I agree. You know, and we that's why the things like this, it happens for a reason. That's why, you know, I met Freddie for a reason. You know, and me and Freddie had a good talk yesterday when I was in the gym. And there's some things that we're going to put in motion. One of the things I had to learn later in life is just to let things go.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to let things go. And I practice that daily. There's a lot of things that you got to shoulder roll it. Off the shoulder, on the top of your head, and let it go. You know what I mean? And because what I've learned.
I love the boxing expression. I love that.
I love it. Man, I live by it. Like I said, I never did amateurs. I never did anything in the ring per se, but I know about the sport. I've sparred a bunch of times. I've been in the gym. I know I shared this story a bunch of times, but it bears repeating. My experience is there was a boxing club at Roberto Clemente State Park in the 80s. And I live in the Bronx. And the big dog in there was Mitch Blood Green.
Yeah, Mitch Green, I remember.
And he used to come in there and beat the shit out of everybody. And that guy, I'll never forget this. He was in the ring and people were scared to spar with him. Now I was maybe 8, 9, or 10. I don't remember. I know I was a little guy.
Yeah.
And he said, get a ring, little man, get in the ring. And I get in the ring. And he takes the headgear off of some guy, and the guy had jerry curls, man. And he takes it off this guy, and it was sweaty, and slaps it on my head. And the headgear, and I was a kid, and I tasted the dude's sweat in my mouth, and I said, "Oh my God, what the hell?" He said, "Come at me, show me a jab." And I'm running around trying to kick his ass, and he got his long ass hand on my head, and I'm trying to hit him, playing around. It was all funny, but he was teaching me how to throw a jab, a straight right. He was giving me an education until the sparring partners got ready, and I never forgot that. And that was my first experience with a pro fighter. So when Mike kicked his ass in the street that year, I might have been one of the only people that like felt some kind of way about that because it meant something else to me.
Right.
You understand? So those are, I don't know how more fighters didn't get sick because the old gyms were so goddamn unsanitary. It was ridiculous.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Staph infection and shit. But those are things that I remember and I'll never forget it. And that's why I have a special place in my heart for you guys, because you guys do, it's like the military. You know, I respect the one of the number one things I respect about military is that I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go. So for a person to decide to go when there's an active war, I'm like, yo, salute to you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, because I wouldn't do it unless I was drafted. You know,
They're the real heroes.
they're the real heroes. You know what I mean? And so what I've learned is to just let shit go and literally leave it in the universe's hands, leave it in God's hands. Because I'm a firm believer that 100% you get what you put out. You go to the gym, you train, chances are you're going to do better in the fight than most people will think you'll do. All right. But if you fuck off and you wait until in the first 2 months of your camp is a fat camp, and then the last 30 days is strategy, there's a chance you might get your ass kicked.
Right.
You know, you make that guy dangerous by not taking him serious. You understand? So I've learned to, like, I laugh at shit. This is social media. People rip other people all the time. I let a lot of that go because time reveals all truth. And they actually tell on themselves. It's hilarious. It's a funny thing. You know, I always stay on my purpose. The fighters, when y'all are in camp, y'all stay on y'all purpose. Sometimes y'all might be going through something personal, divorce, bankruptcy, your house done burnt down, the kids got to go to school, and you fighting the killer for the title. You got to put all that shit aside and focus on the job at hand. You understand? So there's a lot. Boxing really is relatable to life, man. And inside the ring, outside the ring, after your career is over. You know what I'm saying? You found peace after your career. I'm sure there's a lot of life lessons that you've learned. You know what I'm saying? Freddie is still on his journey. We had Reggie Johnson on here. He's on a journey. We had a bunch of fighters on here that they got different journeys. You know what I'm saying? Angel Manfredo is on a journey. And all we're doing with my platform is we're giving y'all the platform to speak your truth. That's why I tell when fighters come up here, don't pull no punches. Don't save anybody, because they weren't thinking about saving you when they were in your pockets or talking reckless about you. Speak your truth. This is social media. People are watching me right now on the other side of the planet right now.
Of course.
So, you know, I just want to say that. Trick, what's good, brother? How you feel?
Hey, I'm doing good. How everybody doing on the panel? What's going on with you, Peter Manfredo Jr.? What's up with you, brother?
I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm just chilling, man. Happy to be on the show.
Look at you, man. Look at you. Ain't got a scar on your face. Look at him.
Yeah, you look good, man.
Yeah.
That's just my nose.
You look good, man. Yeah.
You know what? It's all right. I got mad when they missed.
Hey, it's the Italian food, man. What's going on, man?
Oh, I
to
love
talk
it.
with us, man.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Yeah,
No
what's going on
problem.
with you, Stormy? I see you.
What's good with you, man? How you feel?
Yeah, let me.
Man, I'm doing good, man. I was. Oh, go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
No,
What's up, Freddie?
I'm good, man. I just miss smacking people. I can't do it no more. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to retire, but I still got the urge.
Let me tell you. First time I had real Italian cooking. My boy E living next door, right, to my mom's, right? His mom's Italian. So I go to the house. I'm like, what does that smell? She says, I'm making spaghetti. I'm like, I done had spaghetti a million times in my life. So my boy E hits me. He says, nah, you never had this. I said, it's fucking spaghetti. What the fuck? So I sat down and I ate it. And he's talking. And I'm like, no, chill. I don't want to hear. I can't hear nothing. This is real. What is this? And she would not tell me what the hell was in it. And eat that shit every day. And he wouldn't tell me, what you putting that?
Well, it's a sauce she made. It's all about the sauce. Spaghetti is just a macaroni. You just boil that, but it's all about the sauce.
Bro.
And it's all the flavor in the sauce right there.
I've been eating fucking ragu out of jar all my life.
Well, that's what most people do because they don't know. That's their sauce. You know what I mean? They buy ragu or whatever. Ragu.
Bro.
And that's their sauce. But when you can make a homemade sauce, there's nothing better.
That's what it was. I
Come to my
never
house.
had
I
it like
got
that.
you.
Bro, I never had it like it was so good.
Yeah.
I said, you know, you could put this in the jar and sell this. So good, man. Oh my God. I said, bro, next time she make it, please call me.
My ex-trainer's wife just got Al Banani. His wife made her shit was raw, man. She really could cook. There's a lot going over there and eat.
I think I tricked my wife. My wife's Dominican.
And she took care of me like a mom when I was getting ready to fight and everything. She made sure I was all right.
You say your wife Dominican?
My wife's Dominican. I tricked her. I was dating her in high school. I said, come over, I'll cook for you. She fell in love with my food before she fell in love with me, I think. Well, I think this guy's got something. Let me give him a chance.
Hey, Peter, I know exactly what you're saying. That's why I got a wife too.
Yeah,
once I started cooking, man, it was over.
Forget
it was like,
That's how you get them.
You know, I'm like, what's them bags right there by the door? Oh, I was just gonna stay a couple of nights.
Yeah.
Never left.
Yeah, I can cook for myself. I can burn, bro, in the kitchen, bro. I'm good at cooking. I've been cooking since I was about 12 years old.
Yeah.
How many Stormy, how many Dominican fighters are kicking ass right now?
Oh man, we got a laundry list, man.
Yeah.
You know, man, the Dominicans and the Spaniards, man.
They're kicking ass.
They're taking back over.
They came up.
You know, there was a time in the 70s that they were really strong, and they've come back. Grandsons coming in the game. But you know what? It's really a compliment to the bad things that are happening, because there's a lot of guys that are active in the sport today that haven't bought into tradition. They haven't bought into history. They haven't bought into the essence of what it takes to put you on a positive trajectory in the sport. Everybody can't be the champ, even though you got belts out there that people pick up like you pick up a pack of chewing gum at the dollar store. But what happens is those who are bled from a certain bloodline and they carry on that tradition, you're starting to see it. These fighters are coming through. And in the women's aspect of boxing, you could see the value of what's missing amongst a lot of the men today, because these women are fierce, man. They are approaching the sport like a ravenous dog on a bone. You know what I mean? And it's a pleasure to watch. Just coming out this past weekend, several tremendous fighters with these women, man, doing their thing. And again, it's not to put anybody down, but some of these guys need to sit down and really do some reevaluation on what their focuses are when it comes down to this sport. But a lot of the Spanish fighters are coming on strong, man. They really are.
Yeah, well, you know, we ain't got no trainers here, man. We have no trainers. Who the good trainer? I'm like, most of the good trainers are gone, except for me.
Yeah, we got to get you a young lion, Freddie.
I'm trying. I had one up in Florida, but they took him from me. His parents took him to somebody else, because you know the trainer I was working with, the gym I was working at, they was acting stupid. Kept you know playing games, so I was about to leave, so they took him out of there. I heard he was doing pretty good, so.
Hey Pete, you ever thought about getting into the training aspect?
Nah. You know, I like to fight. Don't get me wrong, but the training's tough. I don't have the patience to train. Plus, on the positive note, on the note for me,
you gotta have patience to be a trainer, boy.
You gotta have a lot of patience. Like, you know, it comes back to that old saying: the people that train weren't that good as fighting, or people that fight can't train. It's I don't know. It's like I can fight, I can do it, but it's hard to show what I do or teach what I do. You know, they don't get it. But I'd rather be home with my wife and kids, man. I want to be a father. I want to be a dad. I want to be here. I want my kids to a basketball game. I want to be there to watch them. The gym's at night, you know. So I work during the day, and then most of these trainers, they go to the gym at night, and then they got no home life, no family life. The kids want to see them. Like me, when I was a kid, I had to go see my dad at the gym. You know, I got to take my girlfriend.
I had both.
Yeah, so you know, I don't want to be that.
I don't know.
I want to be.
For me, it was easier, but to get them to work with, you know, be at the gym and do my gym work, and go home and be with my family. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it worked out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then later on, it became differences of opinion, and I had to roll out.
Well, Freddie, say you got
to. I love being around my kids, and they love. I just love come home and just hang out with them and just play the video games. We go play basketball. We used to do all kinds of stuff.
Right, which is a great thing. That's being a dad. But say now you got to fight a Freddie, right? Say you got a fighter that's getting ready to fight a big fight in a different state now. But your son's getting ready to go to a dance, or he's got with a girl. But you have to go with the fighter for this different state. So you're gonna miss your son's dance. You know.
Yeah.
I flew my kids in.
Right.
So they can watch the fight.
Oh, you can afford to do that. Not many people can.
Yeah, that's work. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but I'm just giving you an example. You know, it's either one or the other. So it's what you decide to choose. You want to choose that lifestyle, or you want to choose to be with your family and your kids. I'd rather be with my kids. I'd rather be with my family. So I go to work every day, and then I come home at night and I'm with them. If they need something, I'm right there for them. Hey, you need something? You going out with a girl tonight? Here's some money. Take some money. Go enjoy your night. And that's something they'll always remember. Even when I'm gone and I'm dead, they'll remember. You know what? My father was always there for me. And that's what I want. That's the legacy I want to leave.
You can't get mad at that choice, man. You know,
no,
you can't get mad.
Yeah, I look for after, but boxing is just a part of my life, just a small part of everybody's life. When it's over, now you gotta live your life. You gotta use it for the best you can. Like I did my boxing, it's over. If I can help somebody, a young kid, I will. But my family's number one. You know, they're first.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You know, the actor, what was his name? Rick Moranis. That was his guy's name. He was in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
He walked away because he was well known in Hollywood.
Yeah, his wife died, and he chose to be the father.
He chose to be a father.
I know that's
this was at the height of his career.
Yeah, so that's what makes him a great man. You know what I mean? To me, I got the utmost respect for a guy like that.
Yeah,
because he chose what was important. And like I said, we're all going to answer to God one day. So we're all going to die. That's a guaranteed. Whether you believe in God or not, we're all going to die. But we're all going to answer. We're all going to meet somebody. So I think guys like that are going to be all right because he chose to do the right thing in life. We all make mistakes. No one's perfect. No one's human. I mean, we're all human, but no one's perfect. We all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, we got to try to be the best we can be. That's what I try to teach my kids. Don't try to be better than anybody else. Be better than you was yesterday. Be better than the person you was yesterday. We all make mistakes, but try to correct it and be better. And that's all we can do. Live life like that.
You taking us to church, man. That's what's up, man. Dude, you gotta live like that. You gotta make a choice. You know, because boxing is a lifestyle. And I like what you said, man, because it's time consuming. It's very, very time consuming. Now, Freddie at one point was in a position where he can afford to fly people out, you know, fly his family out or whatever. But if you're a young kid and you know you're doing local shows and that's all you do for a living,
not everybody can do them.
Right? You know, it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. You know, when you have a big family, you got mouths to feed. And daddy got to be on the road. You know, kids don't understand that you're doing it for them. They want their father. You know what I mean? And you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision, man. So I can't get mad, you know, at anybody that says, look, you know what? It's not that important. You know, maybe if I'm in shape and like a decade or so down the road where the kids are older and functional and they understand, then I'll get back into it in some way. Not as a fighter, but as a trainer, and they understand that I got to be on the road or whatever. But when you got young kids, they need their parents more than they need anything else, man.
That a boy, that's it. You know what I mean? You can't buy that either. You can't get that back. The time that you spend with them, you can't get back, and you can't buy back. It's just once it's gone, it's gone. So you have to get it while it's here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to spend a lot of time with my kids. I used to parks, hang out at the parks. We go to Disney World, all that stuff. I made sure I put time in with my kids, so you know, because that was the most important thing to me, my boys.
Yeah,
so,
very important.
We did everything together.
Yeah, man, that's. I'm glad to hear that, man. And you know, because you hear a lot of like you see actors and stuff and athletes, and sometimes they have like strange relationships with their children. And on the outside looking in, you're like, you know, why is it like that? You know, this guy made millions of dollars, and this kid never had to want for anything. You know, went to the best schools, drove the best cars, had all the latest clothing, but they never had their father in their life.
Right. So
kid, you know what I mean? You know, not to, you know, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We in a strong house. You look at Magic Johnson and NBA legend. This guy changed. He changed point guard. There's not prior to him, I don't recall any 6'9", over 200-pound point guard running with a basketball. Never. He was the first one that I've seen. You know, looking at his son, you know, I got to be careful how I say things now because everything is inflammatory and stuff. But I'm looking at his son, and I'm like, I wonder how the hell that happened. You know what I mean? And if y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know. I'm like, I wonder how that happened. But an athlete like him, you got training camp. It's just not 82 games in the season plus the playoffs. It's training camp. It's summer camp. It's we got to go to China and play a pickup game, and we're gonna be out in China for about a week. Now he can afford to bring his family with him, but you know, sometimes the kids got to stay somewhere where they can make their own life and have their own friends and go to school, and you know, and it's tough, and you never know what's going on when you're taking you think you're giving your kids everything, but you're not paying attention.
Right.
It's sort of like today, are you raising your kid, or is social media and the cell phone raising your kid?
Right.
You know what I mean? Are you really building that bond, building that relationship? What's their favorite color? What's their favorite food?
And video games.
Yeah, all the video games and stuff. What do you know your kids? You know, it's a little more than just providing a roof and clothing and entertainment. It's a little more than that. You know, I had family time earlier today. We all went to the movies, you know. I talked to my children, you know what I mean? And you can have millions of dollars in the world, but there's a lot of like millionaires that don't know their kids. They don't even know their spouse. You understand?
What good is it?
Yeah, what good is it?
Right.
What good is it? You have to build that bond. You know, it's crazy, man. So and on top of that, when you got to fight men and women, you know, get in the boxing ring. 20 years of that, you come home with slurred speech. And have y'all seen Riddick, Bo?
I talked to him. I used to have his phone number. I probably still do, but I don't really don't call him. It's hard to even understand.
It's hard to understand him.
Yeah,
it's hard to understand him. It's like holy shit, man. It's
he was
like
a great heavyweight champion too. You know what I mean?
He's an all-time great. I'll put him there.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's so hard. So now imagine when your career's done and you sound like that and you're looking like that, and now your kids got a chip on their shoulder because you were. And I'm not saying that that's his situation. I know he had a situation, but I don't really recall. But imagine that now you're good and grown, and your kids in their 30s, and not only do you look like that and sound like that, your kids are adults and they have a chip on their shoulder about their father. Now on the outside looking in, we're like, well, damn, he spent a career getting y'all all of this shit, and you know, he millions of dollars, and he's getting his ass kicked in the ring by Holyfield and everybody else. Can y'all show some gratitude? And the kids will respond, yo, look, you don't know what it was like. And we don't know.
No, we don't.
You know, so you know that's why I'm a firm believer that you gotta put family first, man. And Sister Diana, she put adios. Is he still in the coma? Did he wake up from last week?
I don't even know.
There was a fighter that got beat last week, and he had to be put in a medically induced coma.
See?
Just like that. And it was an outstanding knockout. They helped him up off the floor, and he goes to the hospital, and now the man's in a coma. Just like that. And now you're wondering, well, shit, I don't know how much he made that night, but now you're wondering, what is his family thinking? Shit, was it worth it?
Right.
You know, she said he's still induced. I mean, that is, you don't want that.
No.
Man.
I watched that happen. One time with a guy in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he fought on the card. They had a brutal fight. The referee, I don't know where they got this guy from, but he was just letting this guy get a beat. And then he finally bell rang. He kind of collapsed and went to the hospital.
Hey, Trick. What was his name escapes me. The young man that's cool with Blue Blood died in the ring. What was his name?
Oh my gosh. I forgot his name too. Somebody in the chat should know. But I forgot his name as well.
He wasn't even 25 years old, man.
Yeah, he was young.
What was that young man's name?
Patrick.
Patrick Day?
Yeah, Patrick Day.
Patrick Day.
Patrick
My
Day.
fault.
I'm having some internet problems for tonight.
I know. It's all good. It's all good, brother.
Sorry about that.
Patrick Day. He wasn't even. He was a young kid, and one shot ends his life. Not his career. Ends his life.
Right.
So
you don't play. This is the only sport you don't play. You can't play the boxing. You play baseball. You can play basketball. You can play hockey. You can't play boxing.
That made me sad. That really did make me sad. And it's things like that when it goes to Congress, they talk about it every year. Canceling boxing, adding headgear. Headgear does not help this.
No.
I've been hit with headgear. You feel it. It doesn't matter.
You hear still getting pounded around.
Yeah, headgear. I've gotten hit in the face, and the fucking headgear turns all the way around. Now I got one eye. And I'm like, time out. You know, I hate headgear. You know, but this is a dangerous sport, which is why, A, we have legends like you guys on here, and B, we're so tough on cheating in the sport. It's bad enough. You can die in there. Patrick Day wasn't cheated. He just got hit. You know? What's the other brother that, I forget where he's from, European dude, right here in New York, he got fucked up so bad, and his family sued that the commissions changed the rules. The commissions changed the rules, which is why there was that pause when Deontay fought King Kong Ortiz, and they accused the commission of cheating for Deontay. We was like, no, those are the rules because of the accident we had in the ring the year before. I forget that brother's name, but I think the cat was Russian, and he was fucked up, and his family got millions of dollars from the state of New York. But he's a vegetable now. So is it worth it? It's not worth it.
No.
That was that dude.
Well, didn't
go ahead.
Didn't Joey Gamach sue the New York Athletics State Commission? It was the time when Arturo Gatti came in like 20 pounds overweight after the weigh-in.
Oh my God, bro. Do you remember that?
He came in like a middleweight that night.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. That
Gamache wasn't the same.
If y'all never saw that knockout, man. I watched that shit live. That was on a pay-per-view undercard, wasn't it?
I don't even know.
It could have been.
That knockout was scary. That knockout was so scary. And you're watching it live and you're like, what the hell? because you know you like the Toro Gaddy. Everyone, I mean, how could you not? You like the Toro, you know. And he knocked him out so bad, it was scary. When you saw in the slow motion, you see dude's eyes roll in the back of his head. I was like, oh, whoa, what's happening here? Then you found out later about the weight situation, and I said, come on, what are they doing? You know, the other week, for those of you that was in Brooklyn, Deontay knocks out Hellenist, and it was brutal. From where we were sitting, we heard it, but it didn't look like much. But we celebrating, and we turn around, Robert's still on the floor. And I'm like, time out, hold on. Why is he not up yet? You get that lump in your throat, like, oh shit, wait a minute. Is he okay? He got up eventually, you know. It's this is a brutal sport, man. Sometimes when you win, you lose. Like we just talked about Riddick Bowe. You know, I don't want to be talking like that. You know, James Toney's one of my favorite fighters of all time, but you know, he's talking funny now.
I know. He's my favorite. It's funny you say that because he's my favorite. Besides Sean Fitzgerald, because Sean Fitzgerald is my favorite because he beat my father's ass. But other than him, so he's my favorite. I text him every day too, by the way. So I text him every day. I text about 60 people every morning. I go to work, and then once I get to work, I'm there like an hour early. I text all the people in my life that I love, just to check on them, make sure they
hit me up.
Hit me up. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, he be hitting me up.
Yeah. Wow. So just the people I love, just to make sure you wake up every day. But he's one of them. His name is Sean Fitzgerald. You gotta look for that. He's my favorite fighter because he beat my father's ass. But my all-time favorite is James Toney, without a doubt. Because I got to meet him too. I got to meet him at Freddie's gym. We became friends. He said, I'll beat you, your father's ass, and your uncle's ass in the same night. I said, James, you ain't kidding. I said, and I would laugh and let you. But I would try.
Yeah.
But no, he's probably one of the best that's ever done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. James was special. You know, all those and a lot of that. I don't remember seeing him getting in any real trouble in the ring, but all of that was from what I heard, because I've never met him face to face, but from what I heard, how he got ready for fights was sparring.
That's all he did.
He didn't really do much else.
He didn't hit the bag. He didn't do anything but sparring. Because I used to watch him. I used to go to the gym, and he'd go right in. Who's coming in for their daily beans today?
Yeah, that guy's the truth, man.
Oh, he was fun. He was just fun to be around, though. You know what I mean? He just make everybody happy. Whether he's talking shit about you or not, you know it was only kidding, though. You know what I mean? It was all for fun.
Right.
And he would just get in there and
if y'all knew James Toney, you know he was kind of crazy.
Oh, what are you
kind of like me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then, you know, he'd go after him and they piss him off. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them guys. He'll snap off quick at you. You know what I'm saying? But
I got a question for you.
I know him. He's a pretty cool dude. I used to talk to him all the time. But he got a quick temper, boy.
Peter, I got a question for you. Knowing James, did you ever hear about him sparring with either of the Klitschko brothers and beating them up in the gym?
No, because I wasn't there at the time when he was sparring guys. He was sparring guys from LA. Because I was training at the Wild Card in LA. He was sparring other guys from there, but I never seen him spar like other pros like that. No.
Yeah, because there's a story that he had one of them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was Vladimir or Vitaly, but he allegedly pieced him up really good in the gym.
So you gotta say it like James Toney. That's the bitch holes.
Yeah, exactly. That's where that nickname came from.
Klitschko sisters, the bitch goes.
Those are the bitch goes.
I got milk. I got milk, baby.
Yeah, he's just funny, James, because he just starts talking shit from the moment he steps in the gym to the moment he leaves. But it's all in good fun, you know what I mean? It makes everybody happy and laugh. You can't take him serious. You gotta have fun.
He used to roll eyes and yell out, "Who next?
Yeah, that's what he
You
does.
know,
You know what I mean?
and then he'll get on the TV. You never know what he's gonna say, so they be ready to pull the microphone away real quick. Burger King, here I come, Burger King. And then he say, Don King, kiss my ass. You know?
Man.
Yeah, you know.
You had the scene, if you go to YouTube, you put in James Toney destroys Jim Gray. That was after the Holyfield fight. It was the funniest goddamn thing in the scene. Why you walking up on me, dog? Oh my God. When I saw that live, holy shit, Jim Gray, he snapped the mic out of his hand. He said, man, I don't want to answer no questions. That ain't nothing stupid. I got milk, baby. Who's next? I got milk. Why are you so stupid? Why you walking up on me, dog? Oh my God. That was legendary. And he was going off. They trying to interview Evander. Evander was looking like, it was his night tonight. And he's looking like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Oh, it was funny. It was funny, man. It was funny, man. James is a
character.
He's a character.
Oh yeah.
I like me and him have arguments. We talk crap to each other. How we do that, and other tell me and knock me out. I said, bro, please, you don't need help with that. And he was like, boy, you gonna go ahead? Because I was ready to fight that night, and I was the main event, and he was coming around talking about he's talking about how good he was, and he was one of the best. And he started talking crap. I was like, man, you better get your ass out of my face. You know, you don't know who you talking to, man. You talking, bro? I'm one of them killers, bro. You ain't. I look at him like, man, please.
Tell you, man, we gonna get merch for Freddie. Freddie versus the planet. Word up, Yave. Freddie versus the world.
Yeah, I'm silly like that, but you know what I'm saying. I like I say, you know, when I was younger, man, I was a little too out there. I would challenge anybody. I try to fight anybody. I even tried to fight. I even called out. What's the heavyweight? Yeah, what's this guy's name? I can't remember his name.
Burbick.
He was pretty good heavyweight. He got beat by
Burbick.
Oh wait, you talking about Shannon?
Shannon, yeah.
I
cut Shannon Briggs out at the fight.
Let's go, champ.
So I said, man, I'll beat your big ass, nigga. You must be crazy. I don't know who you think you talking to. I ain't one of these punk ass niggas you be talking to all the time. He's like, oh, who, what? Man, you don't know who you mess with. I was like, man, go ahead with that bull crap, man. If I hit you over your head one of these chairs, boy. I said, well, I don't play that. I ain't scared of none of you damn heavyweights. Y'all think y'all gonna intimidate people? It don't happen, bro. And he looked at me. He said, that nigga crazy.
That was old school Shannon with the gold dreads.
Yep.
Crazy.
That
was Super Saiyan Shannon.
He used to come in the gyms all the time, be talking crap to people. He came to my gym a couple times, talking all this stuff about what he gonna do. I used to laugh at him.
Man, listen. Pete, I want to ask you, had you had beaten Joe Calzaghe that night, would you have gotten the Bernard Hopkins fights, the Roy Jones fights after that? Did you see something past that? If you had got to win that night?
Well, there would have probably been a rematch with him because he was the champion, so they automatically get a rematch right away. You know, so I would have probably had a rematch with him, but then it would have been probably for mega money, and I would have probably never seen me again after that fight.
Man.
It would have been enough to pay off my house and take care of my family where I wouldn't have to fight no more. This is a dangerous sport, you know what I mean? Like I said, you don't play boxing. I don't want to end up drooling on myself one day. You see these greats like a James Toney or something like that, they can't even talk anymore. I don't want to be like that. You know?
Man.
And they made millions and millions of dollars.
And one of James. Yeah, James got to have step off when he walks.
That's what I mean. Who wants to be like that? There's not many happy endings in this game, man. You know? So
it's not.
Well, like I said, I want to be around for my kids, you know?
Yeah, there's I look at Evander Holyfield and I'm like, sheesh, he has all his marbles. You might not never know, but I mean, people who know him know him. You're not slurring speech. People who know him probably say different, but whenever I hear him talk, he can get out a rational thought.
Right.
You understand? But Evander, we've watched him get in the wars.
Right.
And it's holy shit. Fight. Goddamn, man. I I get slurred speech watching him in Dwight Muhammad Qawi fight.
Right.
Whenever I turn the fight off, I'm like, oh shit, I'll be fucked up. Goddamn, man. But God bless Evander, man, because you look at Riddick Bowe, you're like, I don't recall him taking as much punishment as Evander. It's like, why the fuck is he talking like that? It's like scary, man.
Well, that's why when I tell you there's not many happy endings, that's what I mean by that. You got some that, that get out unscathed like that. That they can still speak, they can still talk, they can still walk right, they can still act right. But there's very few. But there's not many. Most are slurring their speeches and drooling on themselves, and they don't know what to do. And it's just sad to see because those are the all-time greats. And they die. Most of them die broke, and they got no money. And man. I hate to see that. They don't deserve it. The wars they've been in, because they're here. In my eyes, they're warriors, and they deserve to, to go off into the sunset and not have to, serve. Ask people, would you like to supersize that? They shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
They shouldn't, man. Yeah. That's why, again,
Well, that's why I think doing something like this show, because this might open some eyes and ears. People need to hear about this and see it.
That's why we do it, man. We bring it up as much as we can. Like we had Reggie Johnson, and that's all we spoke about on here. I think that boxers, they should be able to pay into a pension. But the things that we talk about here, it would offset a lot of personal business of these promotional companies. If a fighter comes in there and it says, okay, you're not at a level where you're making, I don't know, 20 grand a fight. So now you can pay into a pension, and who knows, you put it into some kind of fund where it can accumulate, and you're fighting for 15 years. The most you've done is crack the top 5. You fought for a title a couple of times, ain't work out, and it's like, oh, well, but now you 20 years in the game or so, and it's like, God, I think I'm gonna hang it up now. What do I got? Oh, your pension, we're gonna cut your check $6,000 a month for the rest of your life. That's perfect. That's all I need.
I think they should do that with every state.
Yeah.
When every state you fight in, they could cleanse that money and put it away for you. But everybody they're against that.
Yeah, I think it's all with the fighters, man. I mean, the fighters could offset a whole lot of shit because the game has been dirty, but with the power of social media, the internet, a lot of the fans, we get to see just how dirty it is, man. For example, the mob has always been involved in the business of boxing, but it wasn't until the last couple of years, and for those that follow me know, we have a full-blown cartel leader involved in boxing. The motherfucker got a $5 million bounty on his head right now from America. He can't come in to our country. There's a $5 million bounty on his fucking head. And everybody that was affiliated with MTK Global, they can't come into America. They cannot fly here. The WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury cannot fly to America because he was affiliated with Daniel Kinahan. And motherfuckers want to talk to me about cheating. How it's not possible. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Of course it's possible. Now we're talking about pensions and deaths in the ring and hand wraps. How Brother Nas caught Trinidad and Antonio Margarito trying to cheat with hand wraps. So what the fuck you think? Water can't get poisoned? When you had Tyson Fury saying, "Where'd you get this bottle of water?" No, I'm not gonna take it. But Deontay was drinking water all in Vegas, drinking water. So he didn't get poisoned. We're talking about the safety of the fighters, the well-being of the fighters. Safety and well-being go hand in hand. Proper retirement. These are things that I discuss here. I don't want to cut fighters down that say, yo, this happened to me. It's not true. Patrick Day lost his life. Not to say he got cheated, but imagine if they did find something in his opponent's gloves. Assault in the ring. We all know the story.
Yep.
Okay? If his father doesn't touch his hand, touch the glove, he gets away with it.
Right.
And you're gonna tell me that was a work when who was his trainer? Who was his trainer? Panama Lewis. The black bottle with Aaron Pryor and Alexis Arguello. Don't give me that bottle. Give me the one that I mixed. What? You don't mix water with water. What the fuck was in that? What the one that I mixed? When I was a kid, I was like, what was in that? I don't know. It wasn't Gatorade. So what the fuck was in that? I mean, he didn't have it in the rematch, but still, this is a scumbag sport that we follow. This is a scumbag sport. And sometimes to combat the scumbag, you gotta be a scumbag. And it's unfortunate. So people wonder why I get up here and Drew, you just panicking and oh my God, you just don't like Fury. Fuck that, I don't like the guy. He was a cheater. He was a cheater before he got to Deontay Wilder. What the fuck are y'all talking about? He's been a cheater.
He can't fight with shit anyway.
He's been a cheater, but y'all don't want to listen to me. When Vinny Paz got on here and told y'all how much of a fucking bowl of dicks he was, y'all listen now. You don't mind. You mind when I say it. And when it comes from another pro. And I ask all of you scumbags the same question. Is there cheating in boxing? No. Okay, so if you're dealing with a fighter, don't send anyone to watch the hand wraps. You'd be a fool not to do that. He will stack the shit out of those fucking gloves. And the first punch he throws at your fighter is gonna look like he have a dent in his face. Speaking of dents, that dent in Deontay's face, you never seen Fury do that to any fucking body. The glove flapping around like this. Y'all crazy? Y'all hatred for one guy is that thorough? You see Peter right here? Did he say that I'm lying about you? Peter, is there cheating in boxing?
Must be. Could be. I never seen it, but I'm not going to say it is not. I never seen it with my fights. I'm saying personally seen it, but I see it on TV. I seen it everywhere else. So why wouldn't it be? I'm not going to say there's not.
Louis Resto.
Exactly. I seen that assault in the ring.
That was great. If Louis Resto, if his father doesn't touch Louis' hands, just to go congratulate him, he would have never, he'd have got away with it.
Right. Then the guy ended up committing suicide after that fight.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
That's
his whole life.
Man. Come on, man. This is a scumbag sport that we love.
Right.
And all we want is a fair fight. That's all we want.
Yeah,
boxing been dirty since back in the day. You know that, right? They've been doing this ever since the shit started.
Yeah,
right.
Stormy, what you say?
And you go back to when you talk about Tyson Fury, who has a history of doing things of a variety. You know what I mean? When you go back to his one fight against, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I think it's Alexandra Selezins. When they fought, Fury ended up with a TKO victory over him. But he said that there was a fruit basket delivered to him the night before the fight.
Yeah.
And he ate out the fruit basket and had diarrhea and everything all night long. Woke him up out of his sleep and everything.
Him and his wife.
And yeah, and he said he didn't want to fight the next day because he was in bad condition, but he went on through with the fight and everything. But he felt like he was poisoned in that instance. And Scrapbook Boxing has talked about on his channel fighters going back into the older days, fighters going from town to town and being poisoned, their fruit being poisoned and different things of that nature. It happens, man. It happens. And for people to act like, oh no, that's impossible. And then you think about who his allegiances and alliances were with MTK and that entire ownership, how they muscled in on promoters and fighters over there in the UK and everything. The money that backs all of that could get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff done. Which,
well, let me tell you something. Oh, go ahead. Let you finish.
No, I was just gonna say, which at the end of the day, then you go to Nicholas Asbury when he talked about training with Fury, and the guy had removed all the padding from his gloves and everything, and he videotaped it.
Yes,
he
right.
videotaped it in the gym and everything. And the only thing that they said that they were doing was trying to build his confidence, where he's got egg weights coming out of the gloves and no padding.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
On video.
There's a lot. There's a guy who fought out of Chicago, Leroy Murphy, former light heavyweight and cruiserweight in the early 80s. I don't know if Freddie may know that name, but he went up to Kronk Gym once. And Leroy Murphy, I overheard him talking in the gym. I was in the gym the day he said this. He said there was guys in the Kronk Gym that had egg weights in their gloves. Oh yeah, in the Kronk Gym. So it happens. Okay? It happens. So when someone wants to pretend like, and let's not forget, going into the second fight with Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, who was giving interviews and everything, had put people with cameras and cell phones and everything out of the gym when they got ready to start working on sparring and different things. Put people out. No cameras or nothing allowed in the gym. And Sugar Hill was there with him for that.
Sugar Hill's a piece of shit.
Yo, can I say something?
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, I when I spoke with Glenn Johnson on the phone a while back, he was telling me about cheating in boxing. He said when he went over to Germany to fight Sven Aki for the super middleweight title, he said him and his wife went out to a restaurant, and he said that he ordered fish, and his wife ordered chicken, and he said for some strange reason they decided to, you know what, he didn't want the fish, he wanted the chicken. So he ate the chicken, gave the fish to his wife. Said his wife ate it and was throwing up all night long.
See that?
So
you see that shit? Let me. And there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, Pete. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this.
And you're saying about obviously when you went over by the Klitschko with the waters and stuff like that was very, how did you guys think of the idea of that when you was going there, that you needed to bring your own water and food and stuff like that? Did you like?
No boxing. We know what goes on behind the scenes. So yeah, it's a dangerous sport. People want to win, they'll do anything to win. So.
He was talking about Vladimir Klitschko.
Right.
He wanted to bring his own water because he didn't want to get poisoned. He accused Vladimir of putting extra padding in the mat. So that would limit his movement, but when we point things out like that, we're making excuses. But that's why I asked you, when you went to the UK to fight Joe Calzaghe, did you feel you was going to get a clean shake? Because that goddamn fight was stopped way too premature. It was premature, man. That shit was stupid to me.
Well, it was stupid to me too, but you know what? In my eyes, I didn't care. I was just coming off the Contender show. I just came off 2 big victories. I had the confidence that I can win. So I went in to the fight to win with that confidence level. But I was going over there in this backyard. I think there was at that time, it was like the biggest crowd ever. Or one of the biggest crowds ever. It was like 50,000 people or something like that. It was crazy. And I was getting a big payday, the biggest payday I ever got. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? And I didn't care if he beat the shit out of me for 12 rounds. But I was going in to win. And but when they stopped, it just put a sour taste in my mouth because I was like, this wasn't right. You know what I mean? I wasn't hurt. It's not like he was beating the shit out of me, beating me up where they could stop it. So I didn't understand. So it put a sour taste in my mouth. Like, this is bullshit. This was bullshit sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially at this high level. But then I understood why they did it. They used me as a goal to get into America and get the big fights. So I knew what was going on. I'm a boxer, but I'm not a stupid boxer either. I'm not dumb. I know what's going on. I know how it works. You know what I mean? So I was probably his go-to for America. But would I have beaten a guy like that? Probably not. He's one of the greatest boxers to ever put on a pair of gloves that's middleweight. At the time he's fought. I think James Toney is one of the best ever. Roy Jones Jr. is one of the best ever. Roy Jones Jr. in his prime, I believe he beats him.
He'd have beat the shit out of him in his prime.
Yeah. But, and James Toney in his prime too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't take it out and wait from Joe because he's never lost. He's never did me any bad. He never any harm. He's never talked bad about me, so I can't talk bad about anybody. At the end of the day, like I said in the beginning of this podcast or this interview, we're all going to be judged at the end of the day. So I hate my one guy when we die. So I don't like to talk about anybody negatively. We reap what we sow. Everything comes back to it's karma. People call it karma, but you reap what you sow. Everything comes back to eventually.
Yes, sir.
Everything will work out in the end.
Absolutely, man. Salute to my brother Boss Red in that super chat. He said Joey Spencer said Kronk practices floppy glove techniques Fury used after Emmanuel passed. Sure did. Joey Spencer sure did say that. And I told y'all, I saw the floppy glove technique back like in 86, 85, 86. I told y'all, hitting the heavy bag, that motherfucker came and yanked my glove down and my fist was in the wrist. He says, throw a hook. And I'm like, this don't feel natural. He said, you could fuck somebody up like this. And I said, it don't feel natural to me. And he looked at me, he said, nah, you could hurt somebody like this. And I'm like, yo, I never used it, but I said, sheesh, what the fuck is that? So you can imagine, decades later, I'm watching this glove do the Macarena, and I'm like, hold on. Why do I know what that is? Then Deontay gets a fucking dent. Yeah, I remembered it. And I'm like, whoa, then Deontay has a fucking dent in his head. You know, but, you know, people want to see doctor's notes and all kinds of weird shit, man. Look, the hate is unreal, man. But this is why we do shows like this. We want to bring awareness to how dirty the game is. And we want to talk to the fighters and just get ideas on how to make some changes moving forward. Make some changes, you know. I show people what happened with Freddie and Felix Trinidad, you know.
Yeah, what about what happened to me and Rafael Relis? How a champion knock a challenger down 4 times and lose his belt.
Please share that story, Freddie. Please share that story because that fight's not on YouTube. I can't find it magically.
Yeah, they trying to hide it because I knocked that joker down 4 times, twice in the first round. No, I knocked him in the first and the second. Then I knocked him down in the 8th round and put him down again in round 11. And then I lost. How? That's what I'm saying.
Those are 4 10-8 rounds, and in between those rounds, you didn't lose all those rounds.
Right, exactly.
So how the fuck
I protested, and the commission said, no, the fight stands as a loss, and took my belt.
And he went on to fight Chavez, right?
Who? Yeah. He fought, I forgot who he fought, but he got beat. They thought he was going to win the world title, and he got beat, and he didn't win. But he won it later.
De La Hoya stopped him.
They wanted to get me out of the way because they said that I was too difficult for a lot of these young boys coming up. So they were trying to push me out of the game.
Hey, Peter.
Eventually they did.
Peter, Freddie ended up going to the UK and fighting Ricky Hatton.
There's only one.
Yeah, and he broke me in that fight.
Yeah. And that's what they do with Freddie. And that's how people remember Freddie over there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the guy that lost to Ricky Hatton.
Yeah.
And they know Ricky Hatton couldn't beat me. I was playing with that joke in the ring, and then, you know, I had no energy whatsoever. I was trying to fight them. They kept waking me up. They kept me up almost 2 days straight, running me back and forth to doctors and all that kind of bullshit. And I'm wondering where my trainer at. He wasn't nowhere to be found. He was supposed to have came up there with me. He said he was taking the next plane out, but he never showed up till 2 days later. And they had me up 2 days, almost 2 days straight. They had me getting in bed like 10, 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And I got a fight on the weekend. Come on now.
Of course, they're trying to take all
the to keep me from winning that fight. And he caught me with a body shot in I think it was the 3rd or 4th round. and I went down. But he wasn't really a difficult fighter. He stood right in front of me. I could have knocked that joke out. You know what I'm saying? If I had any strength left, you know. But I was weak. I was in the back. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling worth shit when I was getting ready to walk out in the ring. But I said I'm gonna put everything in it that I got. You know. Unfortunately, he caught me with a shot, and I went down. So I know what they did to me. And I just said, you know, fuck it. You know, it's time for me to get out. And I think shortly after that, I quit. I just got tired of going up against all these odds every time I fight.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're young, you could do that, but when you're older, you get tired of it.
Of course, I understand.
This is a dirt bag.
That's
game.
That's why I go to work every day, brother. You know what I mean?
It's easier, right?
No, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier. Like I'm up at 3:30 every morning. Like I'm in bed usually now, but I'm on the show for you guys. But I get up at 3:30 every morning. I drive to Boston. I'm the first one on the job. Always happy. Everybody asks me why I'm happy. I text about 60 people every morning just to make sure they're good. I wake up. I go to work. I get break at 9 o'clock. I get to eat something with a smile on my face. I get to eat. And then I got break again at 12 where I don't eat. And then I'm out at 3 o'clock. I get to come home and eat dinner. You know, where usually before it was come home and then go to the gym. Or not even come home. Go to the gym first, then come home. You know, spend a couple hours in the gym.
Salute for, thank you, Glenn. Salute from the UK. See? People watching from the UK right now.
That's awesome. What's up, Glenn?
Salute, man. Salute. Salute to you, man. Good to see you. He said it's 1:16 a.m. in the UK, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. So, you know, Pete, this is what we do, man. Want to bring light to the sport because some people just like to cut on the TV and just watch it or go to a gym and they get fascinated by it. But, you know, it can be good, but you got to know what you're doing. And that's why I like to talk to the pros because we need to hear it from you. See, you're happy right now with your life as it is. And, you know, you're removed from it. You're removed from it. Do you even follow it at all? Like right now, do you even see? I could tell. I could tell you're like, I'm good. It's out your system.
Yeah. You know, like I told you, when I was forced to do it, and then but when I met my wife, I turned professional to be something to try to make a living for us, to make a life for us a little bit, buy us a house, see how far I can make it, and that was it. But then when my career blew up, I just, you know, I took advantage of what I could take advantage of. But then I retired a bunch of times too because I kept coming back. We need some money. I want to build my daughter a room upstairs, so I need some money. Let me take a quick fight, you know. So I did that. But you know, I go to work every day with a smile on, man. I got to eat at night. I'm just a regular guy, and I'm happy, you know, because I'm not slurring my words. I'm not stuttering that much anyway. And you know, I get to come home to my family every day, and that's what it's about. Because, like I said, there's not many happy endings in this game.
Man, that's great, man.
And I get to talk to fine fellas like you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
As the Italians would say, forget about it.
Forget about it.
That's
You're
right.
busting my balls, man.
Forget about it.
Hey, Peter. Yeah. Hey, Peter, I got a question, man. Watching you fight, there were no fights coming up. How can I say it? Any fights on the horizon with you and probably like what's the guy's name? Omar Shika. Any of them names come up? Omar Shika, Alan Green, Byron Mitchell. Any of them names come up?
Yeah, they did. But then the Joe Kawasaki name came up. You know, so I took Joe Kawasaki. What would you do?
There you go.
Yeah. I get it.
You're gonna take those guys for $50,000, or you're gonna take Joe Kawasaki for $500,000. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. And really, as far as the talent was concerned, all of those are hard fights.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Everyone. There's really not an easy fight in boxing. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are easier fights, but there's no easy fight because of the work you put in. The fight's won in the gym. The sparring in the gym, the wars you go in the gym, the punches to the head, the dieting, the missing your family every couple of weeks to a month at a time. That you don't see your family. I mean, that's hard enough in itself. Forget the fight. The fight's the easy part. Whether it's fighting Mike Tyson or whoever, Joe Blow. That's the easy part. It's getting ready for the fight. That's where the fight's won, in the gym.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what people don't see. That's the 3 months that you're sacrificing your life that people don't see outside the ring. They just see the fight in the ring. He's getting paid all that money, but he's not worth shit, or he's not worth nothing. But they don't see what you had to do to get to that point. You know, and like I said, you're only as good as your last fight. So say you get a big fight with a name. Say someone like me who's not signed with a big promoter like a De La Hoya or a Top Rank or a Golden Boy or somebody like that. So I'm the B side. So I got to go in and actually really beat those guys if I'm fighting a Golden Boy fight. I got to really beat that guy to get the decision. And then once I do, now I'm the A side. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're not the A side going in. We're the B side, so we have to really beat them, if not knock them out, to win. So that's something we know going in, but that's what we train for. You know, and that's part of the game.
It's tough, man.
Shit, I wish they would have gave me one. They'd have gave me a fight like De La Hoya. I'd choose that piece of shit.
De La Hoya wasn't fighting you, man.
De La Hoya he wouldn't fight me for nothing. He turned me down 5 times.
Damn.
Well, they're the A side, Freddie. You know what I mean? So they get to decide who they want to fight, when, where, and what time, and how much.
High risk, low reward. He getting there and look stupid. With that's a blow to his market right there, especially back like in the 90s. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird, man.
Hey, Freddie, don't feel bad, man.
I couldn't believe they put De La Hoya in there with Bernard. I was like, you gotta be kidding. Now, they had to put me in there with Bernard, I'd have beat Bernard ass. But they put De La Hoya in there.
That's a mentality you're supposed to have.
You know I spanked Bernard in the gym, right? Spank that boy.
Yeah, you
Freddie
in there beating up middleweights and heavyweights.
He mad at me to this day. Talking about he want to spar me. I'm like, nigga, with that, you ain't gonna get that win back. Come on now. He older than me. What do you think where he think he'll get to put this strength from and all his skills gonna come back all of a sudden? Come on now. Let it go. I mean, Bernard's a good cat, but he needs to, leave well enough alone.
Hey, Peter, I'm not too far from in the Bronx, Little Italy, where they filmed The Bronx Tale.
Yeah, my favorite movie. One of my favorites.
There's a big old picture of the actor that played Sonny on the wall, right there on Fordham Road.
Chaz Palminteri.
Yeah, and they got a big old picture of him. It's dope too, man. I said, I remember when they were painting it. I said, that looked like.
I text his driver every Friday and Sunday.
Yeah?
His driver, yeah, because I met him. They came down. They did the one-man show. They do the one-man show, so I went down to see him. He came to Providence a couple years back. And I met the driver, his driver. I used to drive him around. I got his number. So I sent him a text message every Friday and Sunday. You know?
Well, I'm sure he's seen it.
He probably knows because he's from that area in the Bronx.
Okay.
His driver, he's from that area. So Chaz is like a real down to earth guy. He recruited all his guys and put them on that he grew up with. So that's his driver is like from his neighborhood. So hook him up. You know what I mean?
Man,
I'm gonna test your movie metal there, Freddie.
All right, let's go.
Chaz Palminteri in Jade with Linda Fiorentino. I'm sorry. Have you ever seen that?
No.
You need to check it out.
All right.
Jade.
I thought you were going to give me a movie like a mob movie, what you know I see.
Well, what's interesting is it's kind of like a thriller along the lines of Basic Instinct.
Okay.
But he runs across this woman, but she has an alternate lifestyle. He don't know nothing about it. And when it's revealed like what she's into and this and that, it really kind of blows the viewer's mind. It's called Jade.
Jade, I gotta check it out. All right.
It's a damn good movie, man.
All right, brother.
It's from like the late 80s. Like after around that time when he made A Bronx Tale. It's around that time.
Those are the best movies in that time frame.
Oh, definitely. And you're right. He's one of my favorite actors. He was always a great performer on screen, regardless of what role he played.
Right.
I'm a movie buff, so I'm into that, you know.
Me too, man. My favorite movie is The Godfather, but The Bronx Tale is a close second.
I love The Godfather. I have to watch The Godfather at least once a year, at least.
It was just showing it on AMC, so I gotta watch it. Every time it's on, I watch it.
Check it out. I found it, y'all.
It's one heck of a film.
There it is.
Oh, the picture, yeah.
Yeah. Let me pull
That's
up
a great mural.
That's it.
Hey,
right there.
Hey, Peter, Vinny Paz's dad is gone, but I think he would have been a good mob guy. I remember when he fought Roy Jones, he told Vinny, "You keep your tongue in your mouth or you're gonna get it cut."
Yeah, no, his dad was great, man. His dad was great, and that's why Vinny's where he's at. You know, that's why Vinny's
You see that painting, man?
I can't see it. I got this thing up on my screen right now.
Can you zoom it in, Drew?
I see. Oh yeah, I see it.
Yup.
That's awesome.
You see that? That's right there. That's not exactly Arthur Avenue. It's right by the TD Bank. It's on awesome. Fordham Road, man. That was work right there.
Oh yeah.
I remember they were painting that. I said, "Yo."
Now a quote from the movie: "There's nothing like wasted talent."
Yeah, right? Yep.
Right there. Yep. That's talent right there.
My gosh. I pass by it every day.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent.
Yep. That's on Fordham Road. I forgot the block right before Arthur Avenue. But on a nice, I think that is Arthur Avenue. What the fuck am I talking about? On a nice spring day, you walk down Arthur Avenue and the smell from the restaurants, you will gain weight smelling the food from the restaurants. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I like to eat, man.
I don't know. You like to eat? I love to eat.
Yeah. Man. I walk down that block, I'm like, whoo. Man, on a cheat day.
That's every day for me, no.
They see me coming.
How much you weigh, Peter? How much you weigh now?
I walk around 190.
Oh, okay.
I'm 190. I'm a fat boy, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
My wife loves me, so I'm as long as she loves me, I'm good.
I'm 220 as of this morning. I'm good.
Have you, Peter? You seen Running Scared? Y'all seen that movie? Any of y'all seen Running Scared?
Yes.
With
yes.
Chat. You seen that movie? Not the one with Gregory Hines and no, the other one with Paul. What's his name? You said his name, Chaz. Man, I can't say his name. That guy, he's in it. Paul Walker's in it. Y'all seen it?
Yes, I did. I saw that Running Scared. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a badass.
When he
watch that movie, that's a good movie.
There was two of them. Running Scared.
Yeah, the first one was with Gregory Hines.
Right. And you talking about the other one?
What's the other comedian guy?
The one
the other one came out about maybe 10, 12 years ago. Paul Walker.
When he had,
when
he had to get the bullet. When he had to get the bullet out the he was trying to get the bullet stick. It was stuck in the wall. Bro, that
it was the gun though.
Movie.
Yeah,
that movie was crazy. Yo, that movie when he finally got out before the cops got there. He got home and he was like, I'm gonna fucking have a heart attack. Yo. Oh my God. Y'all gotta see that movie. He said, I'm gonna fucking have a heart attack.
I see it.
You never seen it?
I got it in my collection.
You never seen it?
No.
It doesn't slow down. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't take a break. It's like this happening, that happening. And then when his wife found those pedophiles. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
She got their ass. Ooh, I recommend it.
Peter, you gotta watch that movie. It's called Running Scared, man.
Running Scared.
Right.
If you get a night off, watch it.
I'll see it.
You'll be like, I'm
gonna send you the trailer to your phone. I'm gonna send you the trailer.
All
right. It doesn't take a day off.
I'm sending you the trailer to your phone.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I can't. But this is refreshing because you're far removed from the sport and you're not missing anything.
No.
You're content, man.
Yep. I'm great.
That's fucking great, man. I'm so happy for you, bro, man.
I appreciate that. I got
I'm
a
so
job,
happy, man.
I go to
Because
work
there's a lot of fighters that feel undone.
Yeah,
And,
they always.
you know, and all I could do is what I do here, is give y'all the voice, you know, because it's important that people know what you guys are up to.
Yep.
You know, it's important, man, and I'm glad to see that you're okay.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see that you know you with your family and everything else, and this is dope, man. This is dope. I love that, man. I'm happy for you, bro. And I was rooting for you to. I wanted you to land something on Joe. I really was. I was watching that night. I was standing up. I said, Peter, please land one. Just land one. And then he saw Toney's flurries and they stopped the fight. I said, get the fuck out of here, man. I was so pissed off. I think I might have been more mad than you were that night.
I don't know. I was so mad, man.
Yeah, I was pissed off, man. But you on social media and things like that?
I'm not. I don't
Good.
have any social media. Yeah, I'm not. I go to
You
work
don't
every
need
day. I come home. I'm with my kids. Who's going to baseball practice? Who's going to dance? Who's going to work? I don't know.
Keep it there.
Yeah.
You ain't missing shit.
Nope.
Because you know what'll happen? You get a social media and everything will be good, and you'll get one fucking troll.
That's why I don't buy. Yeah, that's why I don't buy.
You're good right where you are.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
The working man's a tough guy. It don't take much strength to pull a trigger, but have him get up there every day and go to work for a living. That's a tough guy.
That's a tough guy. Yes.
And live by that.
Yes.
I live by those rules. You got to live by those rules. I get up and I go to work every day. And then I come home to my wife. This way I'm out of trouble. I can't get into trouble. How can I get into trouble? I go to work. I make the money. I'm home. What do you need, honey? I'm here.
That's right. These tough guys, they want to talk about what kind of stretch they did and and all of that. But try being on the job for 26 years like me.
That's right.
26 years on the job.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now you can sit out here and talk about it because you could do that. You know what I mean? Where those guys live in the fast life, it's a fast life.
Yeah.
Eventually it catches up to you.
It does, man. Well, Pete, man, thank you. I know you got to get up in the morning, man. I ain't going to hold you, bro.
Listen, I love you, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro, man. We'll definitely have you back, man. We'll definitely have you back, man.
Whenever you want, champ. Whenever you want, brother.
Absolutely, bro.
All you guys, man. Thank you very much.
No doubt, man. We're definitely going to be in touch, man. Thank you so much, Pete.
All right, brother. Enjoy your night.
You have a good night, bro.
You too,
All right.
brother.
All right. Man, I am so like that was fucking refreshing, man. That was refreshing, man. I mean, Pete, he's a classy guy. I loved watching him. You know what I compared him to? This is like a football term. He was like the Wayne Corbett of boxing. On like a small level, if y'all understand what I'm saying. He wasn't groomed to be some sort of rock star. He didn't have no shoe deals or nothing. But when he played for the Jets, he showed up every day and he gave it 100%. And he wasn't like turning heads like that, but he was a workhorse, man. He showed up every day when he fought. He gave an honest effort. He wasn't like no super duper rock star, but that he wasn't gonna show up out of shape and fucked up and big mouthing it. He was a blue collar fighter, man, and those are the guys I love speaking to, man. And I'm glad that he has all his marbles. He has a 9-to-5. He loves his family. He learned from the business.
He's like a smaller version of the heavyweight we had on. What's the heavyweight?
Which fella?
The guy. He's what's his name? We had him on about 6 months ago. The heavyweight. He had to stop fighting because he had the head injury, but he's good though.
Oh, Joe Mason.
Joe Mason, yeah.
Baby Joe Mason. Yeah.
Like a smaller version of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's refreshing, man. Very refreshing. And I'm glad to see when these fighters are okay. You know, we get Freddie on here. You know, Freddie don't sound like James and Riddick. You know what I'm saying? He's had some issues, but he's still here. You know?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand why they're so bad. I really don't.
I mean, from what, you know, not everyone can take it like everyone else. And a lot of that shit be, you know, James he's had more fights in the gym than he's had in the goddamn boxing ring. Right. And that's all he did. Sometimes you can't go in there and spar 100% of the time. You got to give your head some rest, man. You know, maybe he should have been doing some road work and running and hitting the bag. And, you know, maybe I don't need to take no sparring for like the next month. You know what I mean? Because as good as his defense is, he got hit upside his head a few times. And there's evidence because of how he's talking right now, and he can't help it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I see
that's
guys,
what Eddie Futch was concerned with Riddick Bowe. You know, when they had first came to him wanting him to train Bowe, he saw Bowe had bad habits and everything, and he really didn't want to be involved with him. So, you know, for the time that he was there with Bowe was very successful. But you see when Eddie walked away, you see what Bowe turned into. And I'll tell you something that I had never experienced before. I had never seen a fighter go into a fight communicating one way, and then when the fight is over, he sounded like he had 50 fights in a row after that. And that was the Bowe Galata rematch. When they interviewed Bowe after that second disqualification, that guy was slurring his words and fumbling over what he was saying and everything. And I was like, holy crap. I was like, that's the fastest I ever seen a fighter decline in one match. Go back and watch the fight. You'll see Bowe before the fight interviewing, being his usual self, making jokes and stuff and this and that. And then after that fight was over, the rematch and Galata was disqualified for the second time. Bowe was standing there slurring his words. He had sounded like a man that had far too many fights, and it was in one match.
I saw him a year after. That fight. He was sitting in the gym in Miami. Man, that dude was. He could barely talk. He just sat there and watched everybody. I was like, I didn't think he was that messed up from boxing, but he was.
He was. And whatever he did, and this is something that can be highly attributed to it, because I also believe it assisted in Ali's decline. You know, going into his fight against Larry Holmes, there were some hangers-ons and handlers around Ali that were giving him all kinds of substances to take. Thyroid medications and different vitamins, and he was downing a lot of stuff and stuff to supplement to help him make weight and stuff like that. And I think a combination of all those things along with, but when Bowe went into that second fight with Galata, you know, he came in at 235, something he hadn't done in years. And he looked skinny and gaunt. He didn't look like his normal self. So maybe the dehydration of fluids in his body, you know, you have fluid around your brain too. And if you're sustaining heavy blunt force trauma up against the side of your head and your brain is thrashing up against his skull, and there's not that certain amount of normal fluid in your system, it's easier to have concussive damage and everything. And that may have been what happened. And you don't recover from those kind of things, because the damage that is done at that moment is instantaneous and it's usually permanent. It's like when Ken Norton got into that bad car accident that he had. Yeah. He had brain injury. So when he was able to come back and, you know, he had to learn to walk again and talk again and all of that, but his speech was slurred for the rest of his life. Some people thought his speech was slurred from boxing, but it wasn't. Ken Norton's speech was slurred from the auto accident that he was in, where his car went off the side of a cliff, and there was one tree near the bottom, and his car found that branch, but he was jacked up in that. And he said that Muhammad Ali was the first one. They told him, he didn't know this, but Muhammad Ali was the first one to the hospital to see him when it happened.
I remember hearing that story. I said I remember that. I wasn't like a baby, you know, not even a baby when that shit happened. But what year that happened, Stormy?
It happened a couple of years after he lost to Jerry Cooney. It's like maybe a year and a half after he lost to Jerry Cooney. I don't remember what year he fought Cooney.
That's 79?
It could have been 80, 81, something like that, because, you know, that was when Cooney was on the come up.
Right.
And that was actually, I think, his last fight, but he had the accident shortly after that. But a lot of people thought he slurred his words and everything due to his boxing career, but it was from the brain injury he had from his auto accident.
Oh, wow.
That's why he never made a comeback, because, you know, he could have come back if he were, you know, health permitting, but he couldn't come back from that injury he sustained from the auto accident.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. But, you know, I mean, all we can do is what we do here. You know, I like seeing some kind of happy endings in boxing. I was like, shit, you know, I didn't know Peter had that relationship with his dad, you know, like that.
Yeah.
I don't think they, you know, and his dad been on the show. I don't know if everyone remember.
Mm-hmm.
We had his dad on the show.
Yeah, he was on a while back.
It was a while back. I didn't want to be like, hey, Pete, your dad been on there. But his dad never mentioned that. You know, but I mean, I guess, you know, time heals wounds. I guess that's, you know, something for them to work out. But I didn't want to intervene. But like, hey, you know, Pete, you know, your dad's been on the show. Because I don't recall him saying anything like, you know, negative or whatever. But, you know, it is what it is, man. But I'm glad Peter is doing well. I know since they're having the issue with his internet, that's all good. Sure, let them know how they can find you, bro.
We can go back on the screen. You can find me Instagram, Trick Knowlton, Facebook, my government name, Anthony Carter, and on here on Sundays with you and Stormy B, man, and Freddie Pendleton, man, talking with these old school legends. Appreciate you, Drew.
And I appreciate you, man. I'll tell everyone, I put your Cash App in there, scrolling at the bottom. And when you see the legends up here, just know that that's all you, man. You're doing all the groundwork, man. And I can't appreciate you enough, bro. Man, I really appreciate this, man. You know, you got me on here talking with people that I've been wanting to talk to since like the 80s and 90s, man. It's like, man, you know, I mean, this is just like,
man,
it's great.
Yeah, this is great, man. A lot of people don't realize, man, that there's a few channels I see reaching out to a certain, you know, a few fighters here and there, but you know, them guys, to me, they're just doing it just to have somebody on the show, you know.
Right.
We ask the good questions, you know, and these guys, they get comfortable. And what a lot of them guys don't do is they'll just grab them and try to pull them to the show. You got to soften them up a little bit, man, because a lot of these guys don't want to talk. Like I tell people, man, go look and see when last time Michael Grant did an interview. It was a long time ago, and he ain't talked to nobody but us. You seen him anywhere else?
That's right.
You seen him nowhere else.
Y'all forgot, man. We have Ronnie Shields on here.
Yeah.
You know, we have Ronnie on here,
Ronnie
man.
Shields don't talk to a lot of content creators, man.
Nah, he don't, man.
And, Drew, one more thing too, man. One thing too, Drew, man. I hope, man, that guy comes out of that coma, because, you know, David Morrell's a young kid, man, and we don't want, you know, for him to have this on his conscience, man. That I don't want to say it, but I gotta say, you know, if the guy don't come out the coma and he dies, you know, how is it going to affect him as a fighter? He's a young man. You know, he's not like, you know, 28, 29, 30. He's like, what, 22, 23? Dave Morrell's a young kid, man. So I'm going to try to run his shields up tomorrow, man, and see what's going on. But, you know, we just keep our prayers in for him, you know.
Yeah, we need to keep him in our prayers. You know, this is a barbaric sport, which is why we take cheating so serious. And it's barbaric and it's tough because these guys, I mean, some of this shit, this is all they know. And I come from a frame of thought where if this is all they know, at least they should be compensated, you know, handsomely for it. Now, you see, a lot of you guys don't understand, you know, a lot of you punk asses was making fun of Deontay when he cried at the post fight. But did y'all hear what he said? Did y'all hear what he said? He ain't got no ill will towards Robert. It was just business. It's what they do for a living. You understand? But when he made reference
to like a baby, man.
Yeah, when he made reference to what's his name in Puerto Rico, that Fresno Kento has to go down there and help him. I'm having a brain fart right now. You know what I'm talking about, Ant? What's his name? Oh my God. Help me out here.
Not Benitez. What's the guy's name? Refer to Benitez, right?
Yeah, Benitez.
Yeah, he's doing bad, man.
Have y'all seen Manfredo Benitez? Man? Have y'all seen him?
Yeah,
I mean, look, you know what'll help him a great deal? Let me tell you what'll help him a great deal. And this is how people don't think. I just told y'all. Yeah, Sheena. Tomorrow is his birthday. Adios. I can't say his last name, but it's his birthday tomorrow. No, wait, y'all talking about? Wait, it's not Cologne. It's Benitez we're talking about, right? It's Benitez.
Yes.
And
he's messed up. Yeah,
he's messed up, and a lot of people don't even remember him. All these boxing big heads, they don't even remember him. You understand?
Yeah, people run around talk about the four kings, the four kings. I've always said it's 5 kings.
That's right.
Because he fought everybody except for Hagler.
That's right.
So he should be included in with the rest of the guys. He fought Duran, whooped Duran. He fought Hearns, lost to Hearns. He fought Leonard, lost to Leonard. And all of them fought each other. So it's like the only one he didn't fight was Marvin Hagler. But so-called historians and true boxing knowledge guys managed to forget about this man and his tremendous accomplishments of being the youngest welterweight champion in history. 16 years old.
17 years old. Oh, 16. Okay, there you go.
16 years old.
Yep.
This is absurd. This is absurd. And
that's why I hate when they... Go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I can't like some people get on my fucking nerves, man. You get on my nerves with this shit. And when Deontay mentioned that, and I follow Fresno Kendo on Instagram, which is why I know he was in Puerto Rico helping him get from the house to the fucking hospital and back. See, and Fresno Kendo's not doing it for a stroke or pat on the back. He's doing it because he wants to do it. And that's how he's giving back. So when Deontay gets on the podium and he sheds a tear and says, yo, y'all don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? And Deontay might have went over y'all head, but what we're doing here on a small level, he's looking to do it on a big level. We talk about pensions. Why can't Floyd, with his $500 million, put something towards a fund? Deontay is actually talking about doing that. Mm-hmm. He's actually talking about things like that.
I can tell you about Floyd. Floyd don't care nothing about nobody but Floyd. That's it.
And that's where he'll remain. And that's why, he'll just remain where he lands. And I'll just say that. Mm-hmm. I'm not wishing no ill will on him or nothing, but he'll remain where he lands. You get what you put out 100%. Remember that. You understand? So these are the things on our level. We're not millionaires, but we like to give these fighters a voice. How many times we had guys on here drop a bombshell that y'all didn't even know? The bombshell tonight was Peter is far removed from the sport. He hasn't looked back. He don't watch boxing. He don't give a fuck. He's a working man. He used boxing for what it's for. Get a house, buy his wife some pretty things, provide somewhat of a lifestyle for his children, and he's done with it. That's a happy ending for him, man. He didn't need no $1 billion. That's the bombshell tonight, man. I hope y'all got something from that. This is what we do here. This is how we give back to the sport, providing a voice. This show ain't gonna make me no $1 million. This is how we do it. I love getting these guys on here. How many people in old media is talking about Peter Manfredo right now? How many are talking about Freddie Pendleton right now? How many are talking about Reggie Johnson right now? I think the biggest A-list that we've had on my show was probably Roy, right? It was probably Roy.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but come on. At the end of the day, you know, he got his shit with the business. Everyone has had some shit with the business. And it's between that shit and these guys dying in the ring or becoming vegetables, walking around talking like Riddick Bowe. We as the fans, how we give back is giving them a fucking voice, man. That's what we do here. Some of these cats running around here talking about, oh man, you know this, you know that, man. How many of y'all talking about Wilfredo Benitez? How many of y'all talking about him? I'd have him on the show if the man could talk. This shit is heartbreaking. I would love to have James Toney on the show if he could talk. You know what I'm saying? Chris Bird, you know, he knows he's had some problems talking or whatever, but we didn't have him on the air. But Trick, how long was we on the phone with Chris? For like 2 hours.
No, it was longer than that. Listen,
longer than that. It was longer than
that. It was you, me, and what's the guy named Johnson from Mississippi? Because like I say, you're an hour ahead of me. Chris is 2 hours behind me, 3 hours behind you. I remember he called me 10 o'clock my time. You had to be at work at like 6 in the morning. You didn't get off till 4 o'clock. So that's how long we was on the phone with him. Yeah, we was on the phone with him like shit, almost 5 hours, man.
And family, listen, Chris could talk.
He can talk, man. He could talk.
And
we like texting each other like, you get that?
Yeah. And Chris,
that shit was crazy.
Has been in the ring. Chris has been in the ring with a who's who in the heavyweight division when he had no business being in the fucking heavyweight division. And he can't even land a fucking job commentating somewhere. And who the fucking old media is even talking about Chris Bird right now? Other than us. When's the last time you heard Chris Bird? Other than from us. So then, and you see, this is what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow morning, y'all. I need you to listen very carefully. I let it marinate for a little while. Blue Blood is my brother. But Bud, yo, fuck you, man. Fuck you, for real. I know who you was talking about, but you ain't put no name on it. And since you ain't put no name on it, I'm getting offended. I've gotten offended. Yo, fuck you with a lit flare, man. That's some bullshit, man. I said all of that to say this. Fuck you, Bud. And if you have the balls to get in there with Errol, now I'm picking sides because I was being very neutral. Now I'm going to pick sides. I hope he knocks you in fucking next month. I hope you get up on the floor and it's 2024.
Listen, let me say this about that character.
Fucking asshole.
I have removed his name from my Thunderous Top 10 permanently. It doesn't matter if he win everything going forward outright, which is not going to happen. But there comes a time when you have to take a stance against subhuman behavior. And I don't care if they happen to be of the same nationality as you, your same countryman, city man, cousin, or brother. Wrong is wrong. And there comes a time when you have to sever ties. If you want confession, if you want deliverance, there's a source to go to for that. But don't come to me, don't come my way looking for that, because I have my own way of dealing with those issues. And a person like that is the exact kind of person that helps perpetuate the problems that are within our community amongst our own people. Now, the division and separatism and all of that benefits people who are oppressors and those who assist the oppressors and help oppressors maintain. What's the matter, boss? We sick? Yeah, you are. Straight to the dome. Dome shots only for you, brother. That's not a brother.
Damn sure ain't. And salute to Playboy Plays in that super chat. He says, I'm late checking. Going to check Black Panther 2 with the wife. Much respect. Salute to the Panther. Salute to you. Salute to Sensei. He said hashtag Sensei, hashtag Trick Nolte. Salute, man. Yeah, Watcher. He lets his team insult Errol's family. He been told us to fuck off. How many times we had to tell motherfuckers, Bud, don't fuck with us. Let me pull something up if I still have it. If I still have it here. Is it this? I don't think I have it. I think I removed it. Is it this? Oh, here it is. Montero Unboxing. When did Bud join the LDBC? Isn't this the same guy who re-signed with Top Rank in the past and helped bring other black fighters over to the company? This is after he decided to sue Bob Arum, which he later didn't drop the goddamn lawsuit. He later dropped the lawsuit, and I'm like, how the fuck do they relate that to the LDBC? That tells you what they think of us. We're pro-black and everything black, and it's really black and blackity black, black, black. And anything in reference to standing up for black fighters is affiliated to the LDBC. We've made it. Newsflash, you fucking racist pieces of shit. Bud don't fuck with us. Champside said this yesterday. BFTB said this, and I'm gonna echo it because I'm gonna stay on this motherfucker tomorrow. I'm gonna echo it so that it is burned in your fucking heads. And pay attention. Blue Blood, they went to Blue Blood. I'm talking about Black Prime. They went to Blue Blood and said, basically, and I don't know what conversations they had, but basically, they pretty much went to Blue Blood to help them create the meeting of the minds between Bud and Errol. That's what we know. Blue Blood didn't get involved in this thing to help it fail. It's more beneficial for him and his brand to say, yo, look, they're fighting in the springtime. I had something to do with that. And he's a fucking YouTuber. You know, the people that you insulted, the YouTubers are bad for boxing. But the YouTuber, they hired the YouTuber to talk to you, to help you create a meeting of the minds. Remember the 7-Eleven gas station, or I'm sorry, the 7-Eleven conversation? You told them you signed everything, but that was a fucking YouTuber you was talking to, dude. What are you talking about? And not for nothing, you don't fuck with us. So all of this shit going on, who you end up speaking to? Akim Barak. He had Blue spoken to David Aviation's camp. He spoke to his manager or trainer, whoever it is, and he spoke to David. He hasn't spoken to you. In fact, Blue should have had the exclusive with you, Bud, not Akim Barak. What the fuck? Bud the fuck? What are you talking about, guy? This is fucking ridiculous. And you see, you check my catalog, I wasn't on here talking about fuck Bud. I hope he lose. I wasn't on here talking about that. In fact, when Blue was asked to work with them and help, I'm on here defending you. I'm telling everybody, chill. Go buy the pay-per-view. Get his numbers up so maybe he has something to work with. Rocking and roll. I'm trying to keep the peace. But when you did something silly, I mentioned it, but I'm trying to be peaceful. I'm trying to take the high road all the time. For you to come out and say, hey, you know, the YouTubers, put a name on it. We kind of know, not kind of, we know who you was talking about. We know you was talking about BFTB, but you ain't put a name on it. So now everybody's offended. You ain't put a name on it. The motherfuckers that suck your dick are like, hey, we ain't do nothing to you. Guess what? You ain't do nothing for him anyway. You ain't do nothing to him, and you ain't do nothing for him, although you think you did. Why? How many of y'all, how many of you motherfuckers had him on your show? Oops. This is fucking ridiculous. And once you put that out there, I let it marinate, I got offended. I said, who the fuck? When we was in Vegas, you know, BFTB brings up that situation in Vegas last year, and I'm telling y'all, he's not lying. Let me tell you exactly how it happened. We're at the MGM Grand. I'm walking. BFTB stopped behind me. He was talking to somebody. Bernie walks past me. Bernie like this big to me. And he says, don't I know you? I said, I don't know. Where you from? He told me where he was from. And he says, oh, I saw you on Fanon's channel. I said, yeah, I used to work with Fanon. So we just start chit-chatting. So then I say, well, y'all gonna take the Sean Porter fight?
Yeah, buddy.
And he was like, yeah, you know, we might do it. No doubt, Ant. No doubt, brother. Much love and appreciation. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Trick Noti's Cash App, man. He's the one that's getting all this done, man. That's the Cash App right there. I need you guys to be, I need you guys to listen. Oh, no doubt, Stormy. No doubt, Stormy. No doubt, Stormy. Because I'm going to say this and I'm going to bounce. Yeah, I'll pick it up tomorrow. Bernie tells me that they're going to, you know, this was before the Sean Porter fight was even signed. So I said, y'all looking like y'all going to get that fight? He said, yes. I said, and he wasn't like disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? It was no beef, nothing. So he was like, I said, so how y'all going to do against Sean? He says, yo, man, we just going to win. We just going to win. BFTB was right there. He said, I got to see that, homie. I said, well, y'all just going to win? He said, yo, we just going to win. BFTB again. Y'all got to see it, homie. I go like this. He had like he wasn't standing there. That really happened, y'all. He's not bullshitting. That really happened. I'm trying to get out the way. When I went like this, Bernie moving with me. He said that. Yeah, like you ain't see him. That's no bullshit. That really happened. So all of this running around, pounding on your chest and all that shit, it's unnecessary. That man had his platform open and you didn't put a name on it. So since you didn't put a name on it, bud, I think you're talking to me and everybody else in YouTube land. He's talking to you. And I'm not talking about just getting on here and saying, yo, Bud sucks and Errol beats him and fuck Bud. No. No. I just simply stated, yo, look, I think Errol's going to beat Bud. That's all I said. The sensei who just told you what his deal with Bud is, he said Bud is going to whoop Errol's ass. Do y'all know that? That's what he said. But that don't mean he got to respect what this man has done so far. Now, what's happened is he's legitimately, when he made that statement about YouTubers fucking up boxing, You're making me choose a side now. Now I'm picking a side. Now I'm gonna be biased. I'm picking Errol just because you insulted the YouTubers. And you YouTubers that are running around flossing his teeth with his pubic hair, he was talking about you too. Don't even talk about, hey man, you know, he was talking about me because I'm pro Bud. I got a whole channel named after Bud. He don't fuck with you. How many times he gave you a call? How many times he's returned a DM? Like I said, Blue is literally involved in this in the trenches. And Ak and Barack got the interview. This guy needs PR. Y'all saw the live stream on Instagram. It was fucking comical. This was me listening to it. Oh my God. No, somebody tell him to stop. Oh shit. But Bud's lives matter. You insulted people. You even insulted motherfuckers that fucks with you because you ain't put a name on it. And if you want to straighten it out, why didn't you click the link? Why didn't anybody click the link? And I'm not talking about some deadhead from across the pond, because that nigga's been retarded. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about some idiots from over there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody from the team. Bomac. He said we're taking the easy route. He said that. I heard him say it. I was listening to it live. I pulled my whole car over. I said, wait a minute. Did he just say that shit? He could have came up, went the IBF route, and Bud could have fought Errol. He went the WBO route because why? It was easier. There it is. Steve L, exactly. Tried to tell him nigga stop talking. You refused. So go ahead. Dig a hole, jump in it now. And now, once again, you put your goddamn foot in your mouth. YouTubers is fucking up boxing. We just had Peter Manfredo on here. You talking about him? I got Freddie on the phone right now. Y'all talking about him, ESPN, Fox, anybody? Y'all talking about these guys? Y'all might have Roy Jones around there, whatever. Roy Jones has been the biggest A-lister we had on here. Was y'all here when we had Michael Grant on here? Was y'all here when we had Angel Manfredi on here? Was y'all here when we had Ronnie Shields on here? But we fucking up boxing? Yo, fuck you, bud. You're going to get more of this work tomorrow. Because I'm offended. You fucking up boxing. You fucked yourself. 60-40. What happened? And I was never shitting on you. Remember that. I was always asking questions like, yo, what is he doing? Make the fight. Tell me. Y'all watch me. Y'all watch me. Did I ever get on here and shit on Bud? Let me make it easier for y'all. Watch anything BFTB has done, and then watch me. I'm the one talking about, hold on now, I'm the one always trying to be fucking diplomatic. I'm always trying to be diplomatic. I'm always trying to be peaceful. And what always happens? These motherfuckers show me who they are. They don't want peace. They want problems. All the time. They want problems. Okay. So now here we are. I'm not protecting you motherfuckers anymore. And I'm talking about the fighters. We've been saying for a long time, Bud don't fuck with us. And Bud, I wanted you to see this shit right here. This shit. You were suing Top Rank. And they affiliated you with us. And you don't talk to us. What does that tell you? If you're black, they lump us all up in one goddamn big old thing of fucking gumbo. Pun intended. That's an inside joke for everyone who knows. Because we're all the same at the end of the day, bud. You'd have been better off fucking with us. Maybe the fight would have been bigger as far as your finances are concerned. since that's a concern of yours, but it ain't none of my business. You the one that got to fight. And that's all we wanted. Now you got people out here. I'm running around telling people to buy the pay-per-view. Half the people that follow me was like, I ain't buying shit. I'd rather send Blue Blood the $40 than send it to these motherfuckers. And I'm running around trying to keep the peace, talking about, yo, man, let's just buy it and make it blow up, and you know, let's do this. Let's show support. Let's because if we show support, we remove the excuses from Bud. Look, they anticipated it was going to do X amount of buys, and it did that. You should be fighting Arrow next. And if there's an excuse in the spring of 2023, then what? But who am I? But I'll pick up this conversation tomorrow because I'm fucking offended, man. I'm offended. At the end of the day, Bud, you the one that got to fight. At the end of the day, I heard someone say you close to 40 fucking years old. I said, ooh, there goes another excuse. You're close to 40 years old. I see it coming, man. I see it coming. Yo, Freddie, man, I'm going to get out of here.
You.
Much love and appreciation, bro. I'm going to talk to you behind the scenes, man. I'm going to bounce some ideas off of you.
Gotcha.
All right, brother.
All right, blood.
Peace. That was Freddie Pendleton, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be working with him behind the scenes because that's what I like to do. I like to help. I like to help. I like to get information out there. Cats growing their channels, you know what I'm saying? I talk to Platboy Plays behind the scenes. I talk to a bunch of brothers behind the scenes. You know, I was just looking at my email right now. Let's see something real quick. My work speaks for itself, man. Salute, Watcher. I appreciate you. What the fuck is it? Damn it. It's in the wrong email. I got like 4 of them. Salute the Cobra Head. I'm going to get with him behind the scenes. He wants to do some things. You know what I'm saying? We are only as strong as we are united. We ain't got no unity. Who are we? You could break a strand of hair real easy, but when it's a bunch of hair, it's harder to break. So, you know, I ain't gonna beat y'all over the head for the rest of the night. I got shit to do. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda Cash App. Salute to everybody. And, you know, on Sundays, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can hold off on my super chats and whatever. You know, hit up Trick Noti's Cash App, man. He's out here grinding. And when I say that this brother's out here doing it for the love, y'all will not know the amount of people that we've spoken to behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And we legitimately, this is a dream, man. To be talking to a lot of these guys that the industry has forgotten about. You understand? This is boxing, and this is how I give back. It's not making me a millionaire. It's not. I'm legitimately, I give a shit about what these guys are doing because I respect it. And it's a sport that I chose not to get into on a level of getting in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it's what we do. And do y'all understand? That's why I got so angry when people like flipped on Blue. Because I know that man personally. I know his heart. And he got involved because he felt he could make a positive impact on it. And I'm like, man, how dare people get mad at him and assume the worst? They talking about he's looking out for his own best interests, his own pockets. Look, if you have a talent, you better not do it for free. You better not do it for free. I say, yo, look, I'm gonna get on YouTube. I'm gonna support the movement. If I get monetized, I get monetized. I'm not doing it for the money. But if money comes with it, I'm not gonna duck it. That'd be foolish. That'd be foolish. AZ Leonard, salute. That'd be foolish. So I'm in a position where I'll make some change. I'll make some change, enough that I have to pay taxes on it. But you know what's more fulfilling? And this is something that y'all not going to get. Now, I'm not saying y'all in particular. The haters won't get this. You know what's more fulfilling? You ever heard the phrase, it's lonely at the top? I want to be in a position where I'm at the top with family and friends, saying, forget about what I did. Forget about how much I make a month, how much I make a year. But you see Cobra Head over there? I helped him get to this level. You see Steve Elder Mack right there? I helped him get to this level. When I got monetized, you know what the first thing I did? I hit up Stormy B, man. And we talked behind the scenes. And I said, man, I love what you're doing, man. How can I help you? And I helped him get monetized. And then we looked at Scrapbook. And we helped him get monetized. And Trill Will, same thing. They fucked off his first channel, brought him right back. I said we all, as a cohesive unit, as a family, helped him get monetized again. If you were doing content, I want you out here getting it. And if I get to the top, forget about what I'm making. I want you to look at everybody that I assisted. Because as much bad that can be said about me, I know who I am. I'm comfortable as a person. Look around me. Everybody that talks bad about people on social media, look around them. Look at the company they keep. And if you can talk to their company, ask them, well, how has he helped you? Because people are so stuck on, well, I'm my own person. I've done it myself. I don't need nobody. So this nigga hasn't helped you. So there's no real friendship to y'all. Y'all just have something in common. Y'all just hate this one person. And what happens when you don't, when you can't, fellas or ladies, y'all ever been with somebody that likes to argue? What happens when you just stop arguing with them? They have nothing to argue about. It's like, all right, man, all right, whatever. You go ahead. Then what are they doing? They're stuck. They don't know what to do with themselves. And then they realize they're not as talented as they thought. That's YouTube. Is any of this making sense? Oak Park, my brother. Any of this making sense? So, listen. That's the type of time I'm on. That's what family is. That's what the LDBC is. 78 could look around and there's no trail of destruction. All you saw is growth. Black, KQKC, me, Trill Will, Stormy. Everybody comes up. What you have is a network. Forget about he should have been over 100,000 years ago, but YouTube and shadow ban and everything else. Cece, the sister Cece came out of nowhere. Boom, 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 boom. So what is the LDBC? Yeah. You let them tell it, let the haters tell it. There ain't no one come to talk to me or 78 or Black or BFTB. Ain't no one come talk to us. Thank you, King Corleone. That's what you call love. So more on Bud tomorrow, because I'm disappointed. I've been very neutral about him. Neutral, sorry. And for him, I sat on this for a couple of days and said, nah, B, nah, that's fucked up, man. And y'all know, I've been very peace with it. And y'all were in here, you know, like, nah, Drew, we ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. I said, look, and, you know, one time I got aggravated, I said, yo, look, keep your anger where it is, but please don't attack Blue. That's fucked up. He's not the reason why the fight ain't happening. Let's not forget who has to actually get into the ring. That's all I said. And I said, if you're standing on it, you wrenched up or not, come forth. All that slick talking and disrespecting him, I'm not going to have that. And we got rid of one motherfucker, and that's done. The rest of you, I appreciate y'all. Y'all understand what I was saying. You can have a fist fight with your blood brother in your house, but when y'all go out in the street, if someone jump on your blood brother, you better jump in. Because if you're not, you're on some pussy shit. That's how I felt. That's how I felt, man. Salute to my brother Steve Elder Mack. He said, and I love all y'all. Word up. When you got a lot of love in your heart and you're helping people, you ain't got time to worry about the hatred, which is why nothing bothers me. If I ran around responding to every motherfucker that has something to say about me, I wouldn't concentrate on my own fucking show. It's difficult at times to be a content creator because you got to be creative. What I always say, family, if people like, trust, and respect you, they're going to fuck with you. There it is. So, you know. Word up. Salute, Phenomenal Mexican. Word up, man. Painful Excellence podcast tomorrow night. Levon Don gave the salute. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow night, you know what I'm saying? That's another breath of fresh air. That's another show. You know, you get to put your feet up. We talk, you know, grown folk talk over there, man. And yeah, man. So Philip D, salute, man. That's my brother right there, man. All y'all my family. Like how Blue says, y'all family. That's why I got annoyed with that. I'm like, come on, y'all gotta slow it down, man. Let's not let Bud's fucked up moves. Let's not point another red dot on Blue Blood, man. Let's not do that. That's all I was saying, y'all. My brother Watcher just sent me a Yo, salute to Watcher, man. He sends me a lot of emails, man. Like I said, we family, but I only got 2 eyes. I can't see everything, man. So the family, they hit me up on the email. They hit me up on the Instagram, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no doubt, Phenomenal Mexican, man. But we know when it's you. We know when it's you. You know, when the troll got to do something so low, like MXC salute, like clone your account just to create drama. That means whatever you said, it doesn't resonate with them, and that's insecure. You know what I did whenever I came across a channel where someone was just talking shit that I didn't agree with? I left. That's it. I've been on channels, EJ, what up? Where they just talking. I'm listening. I'm like, what's wrong with them? Then he start talking about people that I fuck with. And this motherfucker, and that, and I'm like, whoa. Now listen, I'm like, okay, something happened. I leave. And I'll eventually get in contact with the person, like, yo, what's going on with you and so-and-so? Oh, well, something happened and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, I stay out of it. But you know what happens a lot? When I stay out of it, somehow my name comes up. Yeah, fucking Drew Titan. Drew Titan what? What the fuck did I do? What, because you saw me at the fight with a fighter? Because you saw me give a pound to somebody, the nigga that you made a 3-hour stream about? What? Jesus Christ, man. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Oh, my God. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. I mean, about Not about the bullshit, because boxing over bullshit. We try to keep the bullshit out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 47 on Wednesday. I'm gonna be 47 on Wednesday, and I feel great. Another year that I've learned a lot. You know, learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about people. A lot of things have been reiterated as to why I'm correct in making the moves that I've made. And I know Wednesday ain't here yet. Anything can happen between now and Wednesday, but God willing, Wednesday will be here. I get up out of bed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have a great workout. Wednesday, it will be leg day. And I plan on squatting until I vomit. Man, what I'm going to tell y'all that are here, and I reiterate this as many times as I can, you fucks with me, I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? I used to say I could be your best friend or your worst enemy, but to be someone's enemy, that takes work. And that's work I don't have the energy to put into hating somebody. I could be your best friend or just not deal with you. That's fair. And that's the type of time I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody. Salute to y'all. Much love and appreciation. You know what I'm saying? And I see y'all in the AM. Much love and appreciation. Salute to Peter Manfredo Jr. Salute to Freddie Pendleton. Salute to Stormy B, man. Noise on Culture tomorrow. Me and Stormy will be on his channel. We'll be reviewing Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. I saw it today. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Much love. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Stormy. And salute to my big bro, Trick Nolte. Y'all make it worthwhile, for real, man. I see y'all in the AM. Bronx on deck.